week or this week you're hoping for more news on Aaron Joyner. So what's the state of play?
He's going to be out the rest of the season, but it's not as bad as it could have been. He would have needed an operation if we took the first diagnosis we had. So we've gone for a second opinion. They've had a good look at it. It's not completely torn through, so it doesn't need an operation. So it will heal itself. So unfortunately, it's going to need enough weeks that our season will be over, which is a bit of a shame. He was playing really well.
I guess it's a difficult situation then as well because his contract's kind of come to an end and he's injured. So how do you, as a club, I guess, go about handling that?
Well, we'll handle it in the way that every club handles anybody who's out of contract who's been doing very well up to that point, providing the injury is something that's not going to hamper his future being out on the grass and playing. So we know that his injury won't cause him to be maimed in any way. So he's certainly impressed me since I've been here.
Ryan Delaney was having the stitches out of his knee as well. Is he back and available?
He won't be available for this game, but he will be for the next one, providing, touch wood, everything goes okay. He's much more comfortable already. He's been playing with an awful lot of pain over the last few weeks. He's managed to get through it, and he should be fit for next weekend, not this one.
I think the last one we definitely knew about is George Cox as well. He didn't make the squad, so...
No, he's not making this squad for Saturday, but hopefully he'll be back on the grass Monday or Tuesday, trying to get ready for the following week. So I got that one slightly wrong. I thought he'd be available this weekend, but he's not.
Is this sort of foot issue just kind of not sort of niggling away at him, I suppose?
Yeah, it's very painful. It was nothing that was going to keep him out long term, but it was just about handling the discomfort that it causes him and the lack of movement that he gets from it. So it was quite nasty. So good. Again, I always touch wood with these things because you never know, do you? You never know. And we got a slight fragile squad at times. People who are carrying this or carrying that, and I've got to try and tickle them through. It's not like we've had a great big pre-season that I can go, hang on, I know he's fit. He's had 6 weeks of work, so. Very strange, but we're getting there. We seem to be having all sorts of disruptions in that back line. Luckily, over the last few weeks, we've had to go to a 4, and the lads have done really well in it. So I got a dilemma I haven't at the minute because I haven't really got that many centre halves to put back in. Obviously, Grant's going to be out as well now for another 2 weeks. So he played last week, and he'll be out for another 2 weeks. So. Very disappointing for him and us.
No, what's he done?
Hamstring.
So you are kind of
a little bit,
slowly but steadily running out of defenders.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's why Jake King's been exceptional, hasn't he, playing left back? So, and that's not his position. But I've been delighted with him. He's played really, really well. So, well enough to think me put him in as a number 10 as well, which is great news for him because that's where he normally plays, over a 6 or a 10, not a 3. So, but he's done ever so well.
How much of a centre back option in that case would you regard to Michi as, because he has played there earlier?
To Michi has, yeah. Obviously, Ollie's already played there for me as well in a back 3. Miguel's fit now, so he could come into it. So we are better than I could have been if I wouldn't have had these options, but it's all about the team and who we're playing against, and they're a 4-2-3-1 with 2 wingers. So, and if you try and play wing backs against wingers, you're normally pinned back. That's 5 of you back there. So we'll have to look at it. But one of them's really, really good, and they like to play a style that we don't have the ball, they do. So we've got to deal with that because that's not our strength either. So. Real big challenge after the very disappointing score last weekend. It was a very disappointing score. The performance wasn't that disappointing, but the score was at the end of it. So I've watched it back over and over again, and I have to say, Harry's chance, it should have at least been Can't believe he didn't take that, but that's just food and drink for him. You know, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying, wow, of all the goals he's got, I'd have thought he'd have put that in, but there he goes. Wasn't meant to be, was it? So there you go. Let's get on with the next one.
What sort of ways can you kind of prep then and make sure you're ready for a team who want to deny you the ball?
Yeah, we've had that this week where, again, I've not been really happy with us this week. I had to step on there on Tuesday and scream and shout at them because it's all about, we seem to like having the ball. We seem to like, you know, a bit of sexy passing here and there, but really it's not about that. It's about, you know, it's about the score that you get at the end of the game, and we didn't take enough of our chances, and without the ball we've got to concentrate on that and make sure that we can get around as a unit. So we've stripped it back into defensive unit, midfield unit, attacking unit, how you're going to win the ball back off of this lot. So, and we've done what we need to do, but it's about putting all that together and still being... we've lost a bit of penetration without Aaron down that side. That's what he naturally does. And if you look at Port Vale, for example, he got us that second goal. He drove into that. Newport, he went down that side with Tamisi. So, do you know what I mean? It's a common thing for us. Even Notts County, he was driving in behind them all the time. So we've actually lost. We haven't got anyone else who's like that apart from young one in Botan Amin. So he's trained with us and done well this week. So you know, I got a few things to think about, but it's more mental preparation really for this. This is a really big game for us, and we need to get 3 points off a team that ain't bad at all. I have to say, I like their manager, Cookie. He's been doing it for years. It's not just this club that he's got playing a stylish way. It's something in his DNA. So it's not going to be an easy game for us. I need the crowd helping us, and I need to make sure that whatever we start with and whatever we finish with is going to give us enough to get the right result.
You sort of talked a bit there about how important life is without the ball and that kind of stuff. Do you think there's a slight, in general in football, a bit of a sort of reversional kind of counter-reaction to the sort of Guardiola keep possession, play out style? Do you see people starting to sort of push back at that a bit as the way to play?
Not enough yet, to be honest with you. I think there was some, you know, what Sir Alex Ferguson did with his teams. He always evolved. He always had wingers, and absolutely exceptional wingers, you know. But he also changed staff as well and kept up with things. So, and you've got to change. You've got to look at things, but football as a way of have really important elements that never really change. You could talk about everybody passing the ball and keeping it. I think that's an academy thing, really, where the academies pass it here, pass it there. Oh, we lost 4-0, but it doesn't matter. We're playing. You did really well. You know, come on, it ain't about that. You got to learn all sorts of it. But I think being able to head the ball in both boxes is absolutely vital. And defend and attack aggressively on aerial duels. You can't get away from that. And if you look at Pep's team, they're not exactly midgets, are they? So, you know, I think he's lost some brilliant players and he's got some good ones instead. So that's where that is. But it's great to see other people counter-attacking. And it hadn't been that long ago that somebody won the league counter-attacking. Leicester. You know, with Jamie Vardy, Mahrez and God knows what, people that you haven't heard of who did really well. So, you know, football's all ready to do things, but you've got to find your own style. And at the minute, you're right, the style is to anybody who's worked with Mr. Pep gets a good job, and they're all trying to do that, but there's lots of other great managers out there who do different things, and football will always keep evolving. It's very much like fashion. I've saw some big baggy jeans coming in recently, and I've got some of them, so I'm not out of fashion at all. I can drag them out of the cupboard, and away we go. But life's about how you do things, and it's got to suit your team. I wouldn't want to be Ruben Amorim at a minute, trying to get my way of playing into a group of people that haven't been bought for that way. So you've got to try and adapt to what you've got. But fresh ideas, new ideas, and getting your team to want to do it is the skill of these things. And it's not just a Pep Guardiola. What he gets people to do is quite incredible. And mentally as well, you know, it's all right being able to buy the best players in the world, but that don't give you the best team, does it? It doesn't give you the right mentality. So he set the bar for all of us, really. But I don't think you've got to do it his way to catch him, you know. And I'm glad I'm not. I'm a long way back in the chasing of him. You know, we got to try and make sure we're safe this year, let alone anything else. But I'm enjoying looking at what I can get out of this group, and I know. Really do understand that having pace in a wide area is absolutely vital. Having someone who can drive away from people with the ball or run away from people with the ball is not a luxury that everybody's got, but we've lost that with Aaron. So can I get somebody else doing that in a different way, because they're not him? So that's my challenge, because I think we'll miss that. That is a massive arrow when you can cut someone completely out the game by outrunning them, and he's done it on numerous occasions, hasn't he, for us? So he will be. I think the lads missed that as well. He's got this bit about him, you know. He's got that smile and that cheeky Irish look in his eye, you know, and a little glint going on. And yeah, I think we've missed him this week. The week ain't been exactly what I want, but you don't get that sometimes. One or two of them look a bit sorry for themselves because they've lost, but I'll be sorting that out in a minute.
Last one from me. Has there been any move on sort of formalising the extension to your stay? The contract runs out, so has the clubs have talked to you about extending it? Is there any kind of movement there?
Yeah. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that's almost finished. It's almost done. And that'll be down to the people above me to disclose that or talk about that whenever they want. As far as I'm concerned, that's been dealt with for at least a month. So in my head, yeah. They know what I want. They know where I want to be. And I hope they feel the same way. So is it kind of a weird state where you've sort of outlined the structure you want and you're waiting for it? No. When the chairman was over the other week, we sat down, went out for a meal, sat down, had a chat. I made it clear where I was. He made it clear where he was, and I think we were probably in the same place. So. But it's all about crossing the I's and the T's or whatever. But I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I'll leave it to them. It's not for me to talk about. That's for them.
Good luck on Sunday. Cheers.
Thank you.